Live from the Kennedy Greenhouse Studio.
This is Student News at 7.
Hello, welcome to Student News at 7. I'm Gabrielle Cassini.
Thank you for joining us. I'm Delaney Flanagan.
Across the country, international students are having their visas revoked. We have now learned that last week multiple students at USC have been affected. Here's what SGTV reporter Katherine Naronis heard from the university.
USC spokesperson Colin Taylor confirmed that several international students had their visas terminated by the federal government. He says USC is in contact with those students, and due to student privacy rules, additional details are unavailable. Nearly 300 students across the country have had visas revoked and could face deportations, according to the New York Times. Public and private universities and colleges are being targeted. In response to this news, the international community at USC has been on high alert. This is a developing story. Check back with us at SGTV for more information.
Attorneys say reasons for visas being revoked may include traffic violations and criminal charges. So far, USC is the only college in the state that's confirmed visas being revoked.
The 2025 Graduate U.S. News and World Report rankings premiered last week, and USC is topping charts once again. Darla Moore School of Business's International MBA program is #1 in the country for the 12th year in a row. USC boasts multiple achievements in the grad school placements too, ranking more than all other South Carolina universities combined. The Carolina Card office is getting an upgrade with 2 new offices opening on Thursday. One will be on the first floor of Russell House next to Qdoba, a level up from its former basement location. The other will be at 1501 Pendleton Street and will be used as the main business affairs office. Only students will be able to visit the Russell House location. Everyone else must visit the main office.
South Carolina is one step closer to banning handheld cell phones while driving. Last week, the House of Representatives gave key approval to the Hands-Free Driving Act with a vote of 82 to 25. This bill will stop drivers from holding their phone, including talking in their lap or using their phone while driving. Current law is that texting while driving is banned, but you are still allowed to use your phone for other activities. Bluetooth and voice activation will still be allowed. Legislation is expected to head to the Senate soon. SGTV will keep you updated.
It has been absolutely beautiful the past couple of days, but do we have more blue skies to come? Pflugi, what can we expect?
Delaney, we've got blue skies, we've got good weather, we've got sunshine all the way. There's a little bit of temperature drop though throughout the week. As for tonight, it should probably climb down into the 70s, maybe lower 60s tonight, but as far as clouds, shouldn't see a whole lot of those, so get out there and enjoy the day while you can. I'll be back a little bit later to tell you about how you can enjoy your day as the rest of the days of the week go on. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Pflugi. A popular line dancing pub is in trouble. Carolina Western Pub, located in the Vista, announced on Friday that it would be closing May 17th after trouble with a liquor license. CWP still hasn't been able to renew its insurance after the 2017 liquor law passed. The law requires any place that sells alcohol after 5 to carry a $1 million liability insurance policy, and some businesses can't afford it, as insurance rates have skyrocketed across the drinking industry. CWP pleaded on Facebook for the law to be changed, but if no policy develops, it will shut down.
Substance abuse disorder is a harsh reality for many across the nation. As this issue hits college campuses, USC is striving to fight the stigma and celebrate those in recovery by hosting an event in conjunction with Benedict College for National Collegiate Recovery Day tomorrow. According to the Director of Substance Abuse Prevention and Education at USC, it is important to have these types of events for those who are in types of recovery.
It's inspiring, truly. Every single one of them is a miracle. There are so many people who don't make it.
Multiple colleges from across the state will be at the event tomorrow, including Clemson University, Coastal Carolina, and East Carolina University. This is the first time the event will be held at Benedict College and have other schools from different parts of the state come.
After the break, SGTV Entertainment has the story on a historical reenactment. Stay tuned to see how a South Carolina town will be reliving a 250-year-old battle.
Thanks for staying with us. I'm Katherine Naronis.
And I'm Duncan Maloney. Here is your weekly entertainment news. An American Revolution celebration comes to South Carolina. The event will be taking place on Saturday evening from 4:30 p.m. to 8 p.m. at the Old Mill Pond Trail in Lexington, South Carolina, celebrating the 250th anniversary of the historic shot heard around the world. The town's namesake comes from Lexington, Massachusetts, which is where the Battle of Lexington and Concord took place 250 years ago. The battle sparked the American Revolution and led to the founding of the United States of America. And while Lexington, South Carolina does not share the same history as its counterpart in Massachusetts, the town did have their own run-in with the British in the Battle of Tarver Springs.
Columbia's adaptation of the play Clydes is set to take center stage. The Trustis Theater is putting on this show about a sandwich shop for truckers. The heartwarming show highlights incarcerated individuals looking for their shot at redemption, all while attempting to craft the perfect sandwich. The show runs this Friday through May 3rd.
Big Bounce America is inviting Columbia residents to bounce around this weekend. The company is putting on the event at the historic Columbia Speedway just off of the Charleston Highway from Friday to Sunday. The event will include the touted world's largest bounce house, inflatable obstacle courses, and many other inflatable structures to bounce on. The event is for people of all ages. More can be found on the Big Bounce America website.
This weekend and next, you can find a storytelling photo exhibition called After at the Soul House Gallery. You'll be able to visualize a young boy's transformation into adulthood through personal and communal growth. The work highlights his triumphs, setbacks, and present-day experiences. The project is funded by the South Carolina Arts Commission. They receive money from the National Endowment for the Arts. On Saturday, there will be an opportunity to ask the artist questions about the exhibition.
Coachella kicked off its first weekend with a star-studded set list. The annual music festival had big acts like Lady Gaga and Charli XCX perform, and celebrities like the Kardashians show up for the event. One of the festival's biggest moments was Benson Boone covering Bohemian Rhapsody. Boone was dressed the part and even brought out Queen legend and guitarist Brian May on stage to perform with him. And if you weren't able to make it to this music festival, Darius Rucker is bringing back his own Riverfront Revival Festival in North Charleston next fall.
The 6th annual Kinetic Derby Day is back. Teams will race their uniquely designed vehicles and sculptures, competing in speed and creativity. There will be a parade, soapbox race, and art car showcase. Kids will have the opportunity to learn through hands-on experiences in science, technology, art, and math. This weekend, you can grab local food from the event food trucks, participate in the races, and win prizes.
Famous singer and songwriter Jason Isbell is making his way to Columbia. Jason Isbell and the 400 unit are currently on tour and will be making a stop at the Township Auditorium on Wednesday. The 6-time Grammy Award-winning artist has written songs covered by successful artists like Morgan Wallen and Noah Kahan. Some of Isbell's most famous and well-known songs are Cover Me Up and If We Were Vampires. Isbell also wrote music for the film A Star Is Born with Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper. His show starts at 7:30 p.m., doors open at 6:30 p.m.
This Wednesday is the 27th annual Birdcage Drag Show in the Russell House Ballroom. Headlining the event is winner of the Miss Congeniality Award on Season 12 of RuPaul's Drag Race, Heidi in Closet. Joining her will be local and regional talents. The Columbia Kings and Things and the showcast of the Capitol Club are donating their time. Some drag queens and kings from previous years will be returning as per many students' requests. Take a look at one of last year's queens. The goal of this yearly show is to make Columbia and the USC community more inclusive. The show is put together by Carolina Productions in collaboration with IRIS, a social service and advocacy organization for the LGBTQ+ community.
Thankfully, the event is inside because the weather has been all over the place recently.
Pflugi, what kind of weather are we getting this week?
Well, yeah, you mentioned it. We had a lot of those April showers last week and the week before that, but now just feels like a lot of spring flowers. I'll be right back to tell you more about this upcoming week, what we can expect. Good evening, South Carolina, and welcome back to the Weather Report. I'm Pflugrath here to let you know about what's going on right now. And right now, 83 degrees. That's what we're talking about. We were missing that last week. It was a little chilly, but now we've got beautiful sunny day out there. Nice little breeze at 12-mile-per-hour winds to breeze on through. Humidity only 27%. And look over there, you got a little UV index of 1 sneaking in. Normally you don't see that so late in the day. Sunset at 7:55. But I mentioned to Duncan earlier, it's been kind of fluctuating a little bit week to week. We had a really cold week last week. It's been all over the place, and I want to take you into what I'm talking about there a little more. Now, we go all the way back to March. This is around March 9th right here. It kind of started climbing up as it made its way up towards April, as it naturally does, you know, winter into spring. That's how seasons work. And it kind of peaked out right here around the first week of April, last 2 days of March. That started around March 30th, but then where'd it go? Where did my temperature go? I had no idea. It dropped all the way down here last week, but now the temperature is projected to be 81 for this upcoming week. So just a little hiccup in the step, and we should be rolling as we move through April towards May into June, hopefully. Let's go around the rest of the state, and Mother Nature feeling a little bit like Oprah Winfrey. You get sunshine, you get sunshine, you get sunshine. Everything feeling good, except for the coast there, a little bit chillier than normal, and that's because of this warm air that's coming up through the south, making its way over around top as it finds cooler airs up there in North Carolina. It's going to come down, and eventually in a day or two, those 80s, 81s, and 78s are going to turn into the mid-80s we see throughout the state right here. Now, let's just take a quick look forward to the week. 76, 72 for the next 2 days, a little chillier, taking us back to week 2. But here comes 75, here comes 84, here comes 89 on Saturday. That weekend is going to be nice. And as you can see, not a whole lot of clouds here, a lot of beautiful sunshine. Get out and enjoy it, and I'll be back next week to tell you about the weather.
Thanks, Pflugi. After the break, SGTV Sports has the story on a heartbreaking weekend in College Station.
Welcome back to Student News at 7. I'm Calvin DeLude.
And I'm George Bagwell, here to give you the latest in Gamecock athletics. South Carolina baseball did not have a productive weekend in College Station, to say the least. After an extra innings loss to the Aggies on Thursday, the Gamecocks were blanked by a 17-0 margin Friday. Carolina issued 8 walks and gave up 10 hits in just 7 innings, as mercy rule was called after the top of the 7th. Despite the 2 losses, the Gamecocks managed to build a 10-run lead on Saturday, only to see the Aggies respond with 13 unanswered runs. Caden Kent launched a ball over the right field fence for a walk-off grand slam to end the game.
You know, but just what they've learned from the kids. Played their hearts out, got a lot of clutch hits, SQ, and they were pitched well. Well, we had the guys on the mound that for the guys that we have been pitching great for us.
The Gamecocks return to Founders Park against the Citadel tomorrow at 6:30.
A really frustrating weekend for this squad. You know, it's been a frustrating season all around, and this was definitely a heartbreaking one to watch.
Absolutely. I lost once in baseball in Little League by the same margin. And
were you pitching?
I was not, but I got juice after the game, and it was fantastic, actually.
Heartbreak struck Gamecock fans over the weekend as women's basketball player Mylasia Fwili entered the transfer portal. Fwili is coming off of a year where she put up 11.7 points, 2.8 rebounds, and 2 assists per game. These numbers earned Fwili the SEC 6th Woman of the Year award. The Gamecocks, however, may have found her replacement, adding Florida State transfer Tanaya Latson to the transfer portal. Latson was the nation's leading scorer last season and will serve as an important part of this Gamecock squad as they try to get back to the national championship. The Razorbacks took the first game in a run rule 10-2 victory. South Carolina was able to rally back and take Game 2 5-4, but dropped the series finale by the same score. The Gamecocks were able to develop runs early, with 10 of their 12 runs in the series coming in the first 3 innings. This is USC's first lost series since getting swept by Oklahoma back at the start of March. There was a happy note for South Carolina as pitcher Neely Lamb notched her 200th collegiate strikeout. Chastain Woodard and Crew's next challenge is a Palmetto Series matchup in Clemson tomorrow night.
South Carolina track and field won 15 events at the Gamecock Invite over the weekend. Jamisa Ford set a personal best with an 11.20 mark en route to winning the 100 meters. Ford, along with teammates Jayla Jamison, Centuria James, and Zaya Akins, placed first in the 4x100 meter relay as well. On the men's side, Jashana Dennis won the 400 meters with a personal best time of 45.94 seconds. The Gamecocks swept the podium in that event, with Josiah Rice and Devin Crumpton finishing in second and third place respectively. Parker Samuelson took home first in the pole vault on the men's side, and Cameron Gist won the women's long jump. Ellis Neighbors and Jalen Berry placed first and second in the men's javelin competition. The team is splitting up to participate in 3 separate meets this week. After the break, they say everything is bigger in Texas. SGTV has news on how they're bringing that to the Midlands.
Finally, tonight on Student News at 7, brace yourself for a new place where you can get a delicious burger and fries. After months of decision-making, a Whataburger restaurant is being built on Columbia's Divine Street. Whataburger, known for their signature burgers and spicy ketchup, was founded in San Antonio, Texas, but over the recent years has been expanding into other states. The finished project date is not set yet, but with this location being minutes away from campus, we are sure this will be a hot spot. I have never had Whataburger before, but I have family members in Texas and they rave about it.
Yeah, this spicy ketchup is speaking to me as a ketchup
It really
fan.
is.
Yeah, so we'll have to go.
We'll have to go together. We'll try.
That is all we have for you tonight on Student News at 7. You can keep up to date with these stories and more on our Instagram at SGTV at USC.
For even more content, visit us online at sgtv@usc.com. From all of us here at SGTV, thank you for joining us tonight.
Have a good night, Gamecocks. Forever to thee.